What's up YouTube, Crump over here, and today we've got our Week 6 battle against Alex Loui, coach of the Bavarian Beedrills, and also the Season 1 champions. So this is a pretty big battle, not gonna lie. Really nervous about how this was gonna go, but you know, I did my research. I watched a lot of his battles from Season 1 and Season 2, and from there I kind of constructed my team. So what I ended up building was a really bulky team, and something that could survive his U-turning sets. Because he's got the Beedrill, he's got the Mega Beedrill, he's got Lando, Talonflame if he's putting U-turn on it. But I did see he brought Talonflame, he brought the bulky Talonflame. So I wanted to avoid getting set up because after a few bulk ups, and that thing can essentially just Brave Bird anything. So I had to prepare for that, prepare for Beedrill because Mega Beedrill can be a pain in the ass if you're not careful. And the biggest thing I was afraid of was the Lando, because Lando can really do quite a bit. If it's bringing Hidden Power Ice, yeah, so that thing can do quite a bit on my team. In order to prepare for that, I did bring Hippowdon. It's a mixed defender, so it can take some special attacks fairly well. I'm also bringing a pretty bulky Mega Gyarados, my Sleep, Rest Talk, what's this one carrying? I think it's carrying Toxic and Scald as a kind of a utility Gyarados. Nidoking, of course, bringing the Choice Scarf. Magnezone, this is a Magnet Rise with Magnezone, just in case he decides to switch in with the Lando, and that way I can still do something. I believe I've got a Hidden Power Ice on it. Yeah, I've got a Hidden Power Ice, not Flash Cannon, I'm not bringing Flash Cannon, and Thunderbolts, no Volt Switching, because I don't know, I didn't think I really need it. The Salamence I'm bringing, it's a pretty interesting set. I've got Refresh on it, so I'm very excited not having to use a Lumberry in case I get burned, so I can refresh, set up Dragon Dance, go for Dragon Claw and Roost. Unfortunately, he's brought the Whimsicott, so I gotta be careful how I play the Salamence because I can't do anything against the Whimsicott. And last but not least, Clefable. This thing, I believe, this battle, we had this battle a long time ago, so I'm gonna apologize ahead of time if I forget a few details. Not to mention, it's a pretty long battle, so just putting that out there, apologies. This Clefable, I believe, was physically defensive in order to, I think, yeah, it was physically defensive in order to take care of Lando if I had to, or the Talonflame, and maybe the Goodra. I believe it was physically defensive, but that being said, let's start the match. Definitely afraid of the Lando and the Beedrill leading, or the Milotic. I've seen him lead with a Milotic before, so had to prepare for that. But I knew I'd have to set up Stealth Rocks as soon as possible because he's got no way. If he didn't bring Zapdos, he's got no way of like getting rid of Stealth Rocks. So this was a pretty good start. He's got his Lando, and I've got my Hippowdon, and I really just want to set up Stealth Rocks. He's gonna set up his own Stealth Rocks, and watching his past battles, I'm kind of going off the nicknames. Whitebeard is not the same Lando he's brought before. He's brought a more physical Landorus, and this one seems to be more utility. Defensive Lando, so I was super relieved. As soon as I saw him go for Stealth Rocks and not have Hidden Power Ice, I was like, alright, I think I've got a very good chance here. I can set up my Stealth Rocks, he can switch out. I'm fully preparing him to see him switch out, so I think I decided to go for a Whirlwind, just to maybe get the Mega Beedrill on the switch. That way, any damage I can do to Mega Beedrill, it will be awesome. I know he can't really do anything to me. Hippowdon is essentially the hard check for Mega Beedrill, just because you can't do a whole lot. Like, I am super bulky, and I like resist almost all of his stabs. So, of course, I'm also bringing the Rocky Helmet just to get more damage. The only thing I gotta worry about if he goes for a Poison Jab or something like that, and I get Toxic, or a Poison, so that's kind of a worry. But he goes for the Protect, I go for the Whirlwind because I thought he was gonna go for a U-turn or something like that. And so again, once that, just putting pressure on the Mega Beedrill because I need to get rid of that thing. It does check my Clefable super hard, and I know how important Clefable is going to be in this match. So I bring in the Goodra, and I decided to switch into Magic Puff. I think this is a special, yeah, this is my specially defensive Clefable. My apologies, I thought it was physically defensive. This is my specially defensive one. So, yeah, it counters Goodra pretty well, but I gotta watch out for the Sludge Wave if he's bringing it. I didn't think he would stay in because honestly I could heal off anything he decided to go for if he goes for Sludge Bomb. Honestly, I've got Moonlight on this thing. It does quite a bit, of course, but after a Thunder Wave, I can heal off reliably, and I'll be looking pretty fine here. Also, I kind of thought he would switch out So just honestly, to get anything paralyzed is pretty big. He's got a pretty fast team, and I've got a really slow team, so I honestly need to bring Thunder Wave and Clefable just so I get some, so I can even that out. It's pretty good. So of course I Moonlight and try and get some health back. And of course he goes for another Sludge Bomb, because why not? It's more damage, but I take that really well. So I can go for another attack. I believe I've got Calm Mind, I'm not too sure. I think I've got Heal Bell. Again, sorry, no, okay, I've got Calm Mind. So after a few Calm Minds, I'll be able to hit, or I'll take any Sludge Bombs. So the only thing I really gotta worry about is on my Milotic, because my Milotic can kinda, he can go toe to toe with my Clefable, but we'll see what happens there. Of course, I'm in a pretty good position now after one Calm Mind. I think I'm gonna go for a Moonblast because why not? I mean, any damage I can do to Goodra, he doesn't really have any way of recovering. But out pops Mandy to my Milotic, and this is kind of what I expected to happen. After a +1, I knew I could do quite a bit of damage. And I was kind of worried that this thing would have, not competitive, but the burn thing, it kind of escapes my mind right now, where he gets burned, he gets more defense. So I was kind of worried that if this would have that, I didn't want to find that out the hard way. He goes for a Psych Up, which I found really interesting. I wasn't expecting this. That was a really cool play. Because now Moonblast is not KO range. Like, I'm not gonna take it down. It can definitely survive another hit, which is really unfortunate. And obviously he gets the boost from my Calm Mind, and he gets all my boosts. It's tough, man. It's tough. But so I decided there's nothing like a whole lot I can do, and he's got to go recover. So this is a good chance to bring in Blue. Blue, I like to trick people with Blue just because it's not your typical Gyarados. This one kind of goes in as an Intimidator. And, you know, I knew he was going to recover, so I figured this would be a good time to bring in Blue. I believe I got Toxic on it, so if I can land a Toxic, I can provide a lot of pressure on his Milotic and essentially put it on a timer. That was kind of like, there's certain win conditions that I made during this game that I knew, like, okay, if I can get this thing Toxic, if I can Thunder Wave some of his faster Pokemon, I'll be in a really good position. So I did manage to Thunder Wave the Goodra. I mean, it's not a fast Pokemon, but it's a good Pokemon to get Thunder Wave either way. He goes for a Scald because Stab and the chance of getting burned is awesome because most Gyarados are pretty physical. But I mean, Gyarados is pretty bulky, so I kind of thought I'd bring a bulky Gyarados, get a Toxic off, and I kind of bait that Scald, thinking it's a physical Gyarados, but of course I'm not a physical Gyarados. Luckily, I land a Toxic, and that's gonna be huge. I believe this was not competitive, so I don't remember. Anyways, whatever. So we kind of go in a Scald battle. I just want to see how much damage I can do and just let the Toxic damage rack up. Of course, I've got Sleep Talk, so honestly, I'll be fine to stay in. This is going to last a long time, and it's going to get a little bit stally because he's going to keep going for Scalds, and I'm going to keep going for Scalds, and yeah, we're not really going anywhere here, so this is kind of womp womp. But I can't really switch out either. I mean, I could go into Clefable, which probably would have been my best bet, but then the Goodra would have popped out or something like that. I don't know. I mean, I can't really do anything, even with Clefable. All I would do is switch in, maybe go for a Calm Mind, and he'd go for a Psych Up. Maybe the better play. It's tough to say. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, because I was bringing the Magic Guard, not Unaware Clefable. Unaware Clefable would have done pretty well here. So I predict him going for another Recover, because eventually Toxic damage, and I figured this is a good time to really just spam attack. So I've brought in Garnet, and that Thunder attack is just way too real. So I'm figuring he's gonna switch into either, I don't know, Lando or maybe Goodra, because Goodra honestly especially defensive. So out pops out the Goodra, and I decided to go for a Magnet Rise, thinking the Lando would pop up. And so, yeah, Magnet Rise, Magnezone is in the fray. Go for Hidden Power Ice. Just, again, damage for no reason. Gets paralyzed, so I catch a break. That's a bit unfortunate. Gets paralyzed. So I'm like, okay, go for more Hidden Powers, whatever. Yeah, gets paralyzed again. That's really unlucky. Like, I can see that being frustrating. And then go for another Hidden Power, because why not? Damage, done. And he goes for a Draco Meter, which was interesting. I was kind of ready to sack this thing off, thinking that he had a Flamethrower on it, and I could maybe survive one. I mean, this is analytic Magnezone. I get a crit, not that it matters, but that was really unfortunate. He got the 2 crits, or he got the 2 para hacks and the miss. Yeah, not that Draco meter would have done a whole lot anyways. I mean, I'm running full HP and full special attack, but I mean, like, Draco isn't gonna do a whole lot against Magnezone. Anyways, he brings out a Talonflame, and I don't want this thing to set up on me, to be honest. Like, I want to apply pressure if he gets, because I know he's just gonna roost, and I just need to get this thing out of here. Because yeah, he's gonna roost. There's no way he would not roost, but maybe he would bulk up. I know this thing, seeing that he's got roost, I'm pretty sure he's got bulk up, and the leftover is pretty much confirmed. It's the same set that he's brought before. So, I mean, I'm okay getting Will-O-Wisp because once again, I don't really have, like, Hippowdon doesn't have an offensive presence. It's more for me. I like to use it as a utility. Kind of set up Stealth Rocks, Whirlwind. So bring out the Mandy. Not in a particularly good situation here, so I believe I will switch out. And he's gonna take some accumulative damage from Stealth Rock, Sandstorm, Toxic. You know, like, Mandy's health is going all over the place. And yeah, there's the toxic damage. Gonna rack up eventually. So, and I get burn damage, but you know, honestly, that's completely okay with me. I don't need to attack anything with Hippowdon. So, seeing this thing out there, going to blue because honestly, I don't know. Blue is like the one Pokemon I can really sack, and let him take some toxic damage. Plus, I can just go for a rest and recover. He goes for a recover himself and get some health back, and which yeah, we're kind of playing this game again where we kind of go toe to toe. Bulky Gyarados is really putting in its worth. I'll be honest. Bulky Gyarados has done quite a bit. I don't know. It's good. I like it. I like this set. Can be a little bit annoying from time to time, but it's worked out pretty well, and it's tanked hits really well. I'll be honest. I get my rest off, so that's good. Get back to full, and I'm kind of surprised. He landed a lot of Scalds, and I didn't get burned, so that was really unlucky. I thought I would get burned at least once, but it didn't happen, so that's unfortunate. And we both take Sandstorm damage. Again, accumulative damage is kind of what I'm going for here. Against Mandy, it doesn't really matter because Mandy's got reliable recovery, but that's why I've got Toxic on it, so yeah, of course he's going to withdraw. He's in a really good position. I forget what he switches into. Oh, Candy Girl, right, this thing. So this thing pretty much scares me out. It's a hard counter to Gyarados, which is why I'm pretty sure he brought it. Like, this thing hard checks Gyarados, and a lot of my Pokemon too. So I go for a Sleep Talk, just see what happens. Go for a Scald. Probably not gonna do a whole lot. Does a decent amount. I mean, like, for a not super effective attack. Plus, I mean, I'm not like I don't have any special attack invested, so wasn't really thinking he was gonna do a lot of damage. Anyways, go into Gary because Gary, yeah, Scarfed Gary outspeed this thing. He's gonna U-turn. That kind of sucks. Wasn't expecting U-turn. He gets that good old initiative, and I want to bet he goes back into Mandy. I think I'm not so sure. Since he goes into Stingmon, which I didn't want to play the game. I know Stingmon is fast. You know, I know Stingmon's a fast Pokemon. I don't want to sack off Nidoking this early, just to know if I can outspeed. I mean, I am Scarf, but I don't know if I can outspeed. I don't feel safe doing that. I know the safe place is switching to Hippowdon because once again, Sandstream, and I've got Rocky Helmet. He's gonna go for Protect, which was, I guess he was just gonna scout to see if I was Scarfed and bold enough to stay in. So of course I'm not gonna stay in. Go into Hippowdon. He goes for the U-turn. It does quite a bit, and thinking he's gonna go for a U-turn, I decided to go for a Slack Off to just get health back. And Stingmon is essentially done now. Like, it hasn't done anything because of all the cumulative damage that's happened, right? So this is why I was really relieved when he did bring Zapdos in. This is the exact sort of scenario that I really wanted. So of course I go for a Slack Off, get some health back, and boy, man, this is, like I said, this is gonna be a long match. My voice is definitely gonna be getting tired by the end of this. Anyways, don't want to stay in, of course. I don't want to sack off Hippowdon. I'm thinking he's probably gonna go for a Giga Drain or something of the sorts. I don't know. So I go to Garnet, because Garnet can really do quite a bit against, I don't know, Garnet, I don't know, I figured Garnet was a good switch. I can hit it hard with a flash, or scare it out with a flash cannon. Even though I don't think I'm actually carrying flash cannon. I think I've got a hidden power ice on it. Yeah, no, I've got a hidden power ice on it. It worked well against Gudra. Anyways, I figure, you know what, hidden power ice hits anything pretty hard, and I'm analytics, so whatever, just go for it. Why not? But he's got hidden power, and I want to believe that's hidden power ground, because that does quite a bit, and it takes out Garnet. That's unfortunate. Yeah, didn't want to lose Garnet like that. That sucks, but it happens, I guess. I think that was hidden power ground. Again, I'm not super bulky, so yeah, I guess whatever is gonna do a lot. Anyways, of course I switch into Nidoking, because Nidoking at this point is in range to like KO a lot of things. So he goes out into Stingmon, and I feel like this thing is essentially done. Yeah, after Rocks, Stingmon goes down, and this is why I brought Stealth Rocks. Honestly, like, this is the reason why I even thought about bringing Stealth Rocks. So he brings in Whitebeard. Kind of wish I locked myself into Ice Beam to prevent that from happening, but I get intimidated. It doesn't matter. Of course I'm going to switch up because I do need my Nidoking. And I think I go to Toothful. Alright, because I can intimidate him back, so that's pretty great. So, double Intimidate, keep this thing nice and weak. I think he's going to U-turn. No, he's got Knockoff. So, yeah, Knockoff gets rid of my leftovers. I'm carrying leftovers on a lot of Pokemon. I didn't really need it on Magnezone, to be honest. I could have put Life Orb, and I couldn't really decide what item to put on Magnezone. I should have put Life Orb. That probably would make things a little bit easier, but whatever. Anyways, I go for a Roost just to get rid of all those Stealth Rock damage it does, and a Knockoff, and he's got a U-turn. So I think that's a better play. He gets his Switch Initiative, and I think he's going to go to Mandy once again, I believe? No, Candy Girl. Oh yeah, this is kind of unfortunate, because I can't really do anything against Candy Girl. Whew. Anyways, of course I'm going to withdraw, because only got Dragon Claw as my only attack, which is kind of silly. But I decided to go to Magic Puff, because Magic Puff can, you know, especially defensive, can probably take whatever this thing wants to do. And that does quite a bit. I probably could have just healed off here. I mean, I've got lefties, and I thought he might switch off or switch or something like that. The best play here would have been to go for a Thunder Wave just to be safe. That way I get a guarantee recovery. So I go for the Thunder Wave. Plus, I know how fast Candy Girl is. Like, this thing is like hella fast. And like I said, I don't have the fastest team. So I guess this is more in case it's like the Hepowden versus Candy Girl scenario happens, but I don't know. I just go for a Thunder Wave, just keep that momentum up and slow his team down. So I can obviously go for another recovery here. He goes into Jules, which I find a little bit interesting. He knows I'm carrying Thunder Wave. There's no reason for me, like, after this to not go for another Thunder Wave, unless if he's just baiting Thunder Waves. So this was a bit of an interesting play. I mean, if I can get this thing T-Wave, that's pretty great. I don't, like, there's no, unless if it's carrying, no, it's not carrying Lum, it's got leftovers. So yeah, seeing the leftovers, I'm like, alright. I'm pretty much fine to stay in. Well, I'm not gonna, I'm fine to go for a Thunder Wave. Yeah, so I go for a Thunder Wave, get this thing slowed down. Because Talonflame, like I said, hella fast. Even with, even if it's Thunder Wave, it can still outspeed because of Gale Wings. And I know it's carrying Brave Bird. You just know it's carrying Brave Bird. So, but I mean, luckily I have a remedy for this with my Salamence, get that Intimidate off, and I'll be looking pretty fine here. And like I said, I know he's bringing in the Will-O-Wisp. Like, he's already done it before. I was prepping for the Will-O-Wisp to happen, and because of that, I brought Refresh, so in case he goes for a Will-O-Wisp, I'll be fine, right? So, seeing him going for attacks does kind of scare me. I decided, you know what? I need to go for Dragon Dance and kind of set up against this thing and try and take it down. So I go for Dragon Dance. This Salamence is pretty bulky. It does have a lot of natural bulk. Plus the typing is pretty great, so I know I can take a lot of hits. He's going to go for the Will-O-Wisp. Luckily, it misses. So that means another turn I get for a Dragon Dance, and he's probably going to go for another Will-O-Wisp. So I thought, you know what? Let's get a Dragon Dance up. Let's do it. Let's go for it, right? Trying to get +2. I can definitely potentially do a lot of damage with this thing. Again, but once the Whimsicott comes in, yeah, there's nothing I can really do. But he doesn't know that, so I get burned, which is okay because, like I said, I've got Refresh. Go for the Refresh. and I'm looking pretty fine once again. My burn gets healed, he gets paralyzed. Not sure what he was gonna go for. Probably another bulk up. I wouldn't be surprised. He's trying to set up now because, you know, Gale Wings again. He doesn't really paralysis. He can kind of break through that. So Dragon Claw does quite a bit. Pretty much, like, I think one more Dragon Claw will take it down. I'm not sure if I go for another Dragon Dance just for safety, but this thing is looking pretty scary. And he gets paralyzed. Going for that Gale Wings. Brave Bird, I'm guessing. I kind of luck out there. And he lives by a little. Just a little bit. So you kind of know, like, he's gonna go for a roost. He's gonna go for a roost. I predicted he needs to go for a roost. And yeah, predicting that, I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's just go for another Dragon Dance. Pretty much fine with that. You know, get an extra, like, speed boost and attack boost. And I'm looking like I'm kind of in sweeper mode here. All save for the Whimsicott. You know, Whimsicott can come in and I'll be pretty much donezo here. Okay. Whew. Sorry guys, my mouth, my throat. It's a lot of talking. It's a lot of talking. Luckily, the battle is coming to an end pretty soon. We will get past this setup game slash, I wouldn't say stall, but there's a little bit of stall, I guess. Hacks kind of building up. There's a lot of things, and there's the crit, because I know what happens when you stay in for a long time. It's gonna happen. Is that once your walls are the ones that are gonna get critted. Your bulky Pokemon are the ones that always get critted, and the longer you stay in, the higher chance that goes up, and eventually, of course, you're gonna get critted. It's unfortunate, but it was bound to happen, I guess. I don't know. He goes for the Earthquake. I don't know, predicting me to switch out, I'm not really sure. He's gonna withdraw. I'm assuming Candy Girl will come in now. Yes, Candy Girl, and because I can't do anything to it, and yeah, I kind of have to get rid of all those Dragon Dances, which kind of sucks, but I decide he's gonna switch. I get a Roost out, get back to full, looking pretty good. My team is still got a lot of health. I've got a lot of, like I've got a really bulky team, and I think this is one of those moments where it really helped, because Alex Loui has a more offensive team, and I kind of catered my team towards that. So, considering, like I said, I don't have a fast team. I need to make up for that, and yeah, the team that I brought was definitely the one I needed to bring in order to win. I don't know. Well, maybe I could have brought maybe a different team, but this to me, like I prepped the night before, and this to me seemed like the best options that I had. And to be honest, I'm really glad he didn't bring the Metagross, because I was super afraid of that Metagross. I think Metagross could have done a lot to my team. So, like I said, super relieved. Yeah, like Clear Body is not, like, he's not gonna get intimidated by my Intimidators, and definitely takes care of a lot of Pokemon. So that thing is, it's a threat, really. He goes for the knockoff. Of course I'm gonna eat that up well, and you know, Rocky Helmet will get rid of the Lando. And we're almost done here. I'm really, really glad this is almost done, because I am dying here. My throat is getting pretty much killed out here. And the last thing is the Mandy. Of course, I'm going to switch out, kind of to preserve my 5-0, because at this point I'm well, not 5-0. It's well, yeah, 5-0. I've got 5 Pokemon left. He's got, I think it's just the Mandy left. So yeah, I think he's just gonna let this thing go down. I can just keep spamming it with Moonblast and Moonlights if I need it. Doubtful. I mean, I've got Magic Guard, so Stealth Rocks aren't gonna hurt me. Sandstorm isn't gonna hurt me. I am fine if I get burned. Like, there's not a whole lot he can do except Psych Up. But even then, I can just easily switch in with like some other Pokemon and finish it off. So just go for the Moonblast and let this thing kind of take care of itself. Yeah, I don't know if he's getting more recovers, but just again, no point, because the battle is just simply done here. And yeah, like I said, I did a lot of research. I prepped a whole lot. I was really nervous for this battle, and I was definitely glad to see a Beedrill go down, because Beedrill, if you're not careful, can do a whole lot of damage. And I've seen it as one of his potential, like his hugest threats. It's one of his biggest threats on his team, and I really thought he would have brought it into the fog. considering like if he like my mindset was that if he brings in Talonflame and Beedrill, he needs to bring in Zapdos, because those things do not do well against rocks. So since he didn't bring the Zapdos, I thought, okay, I've got a really good chance here. So my rocks have been set up on the first turn, and they can kind of do their thing. So rocks really played a huge part of this. I want to say Clefable got a lot of para hacks, but the 2 para hacks against Goodra, I'm not sure if it mattered. He did go for the Draco. I don't know if he had. I want to say he had Flamethrower, but on the last turn he did go for the Draco, so that was kind of interesting. I was essentially sacking it off just because damage, really, like I just needed to do damage on it. That's kind of what I was aiming for. Because yeah, Goodra doesn't really get any reliable recovery, so I thought, you know, any damage I can do to Goodra, the better, honestly, because once Goodra's gone, Nidoking can kind of do his thing and just sweep up if need be. So yeah, that was pretty helpful. So Clefable, sorry, not Clefairy. Clefable definitely put in its work, paralyzing things. That's kind of what it does. So that was great. Paralyzed the Goodra, Talonflame, and the Whimsicott. A lot of things got paralyzed. Definitely the 2 of his faster Pokemon got paralyzed, so that was good. Salamence kind of had that bit weird thing going on with Talonflame, where we're both going for Dragon Dance, or he's going for Bulk Up, I'm going for Dragon Dance, and we're both roosting, trying to get our health back up. And again, that's where the Thunder Wave really came in handy. Getting that thing paralyzed, super important in order to prevent like getting set up on, and him going for Brave Birds all over the place. Because, and you know, of course, whatchamacallit, Will-O-Wisp. So that was good too, because I did have ways to prevent getting Will-O-Wisp. I mean, the only Pokemon that I didn't want getting burned was the Salamence, and I had Refresh on it. Hippowdon was okay to get burned, so that's like whatever. Hippowdon, again, yeah, setting up rocks. Gyarados didn't really do much, other than just Toxic the Milotic, which still played a huge part, because it's applying pressure on Milotic. Magnezone kind of did its thing, kind of what I was hoping it would do. Yeah, I kind of wanted the Magnetize to work against the Lando, because that's kind of what I prepped it for, but yeah, that didn't happen, and it kind of went down, kind of effortlessly, so that was kind of unfortunate. Nidoking, I don't think Nidoking got any KOs, actually. He didn't really do much this match. That's okay, though. That's alright. Hopefully he'll get a lot more playtime in the future, but as of now, after this battle, I think I was 7-0, or 8-0? I don't know, I can't remember. Like I said, this battle was a long time ago. I've already had my other battles. I haven't had my battle against the Polyswags, but I don't think that's going to happen. I haven't heard from him. So yeah, I don't think that was going to happen. I've had my battle with the Tennessee Toxicroaks. Yeah, so that should be up on the channel fairly soon. And I've had my battle with Jewish Giraffe, which will also be on the channel fairly soon. I'll try and make sure to get caught up on that. I've been really busy with work, and actually been playing a lot of Destiny, so that's kind of sidebar, but you know, do play other games from time to time. So Pokemon has been pretty great still, though. Anyways, I think that's about it. Really nervous for this battle, like I said. Did a lot of prep, blah, 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 blah. That's kind of to my spiel already. Long battle. Kind of waiting to get this over because my throat is like dead right now. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and if you guys enjoyed that battle, be sure to hit that like button, and if you enjoy our videos, be sure to subscribe if you like our stuff, and leave comments, and if you're into all that YouTube stuff like we are, you can do all that stuff. But until next time, this is Crump, and bye.